Hello, today I am going to present my findings on the PBL trigger. Let me just introduce the trigger real fast. From there, I will be stating out the terms that seems difficult for me, finding facts from the trigger, giving out ideas based on the facts, and finally, answer the questions that are being raised in the learning issue. So, here is the trigger. The highlighted words are terms that I found difficult from the trigger. Tipping point. According to the Oxford Dictionary, tipping point means the point which a small change over some time has reached to a level that will lead to a sudden and big change on the system. Next, waterways. It is a river, canal, or a route which boats can travel along it. Now, here is the facts that I found within the trigger. From the first sentence, we can know that plastic pollution has already been a concern even before the pandemic, as scientists have been giving out warning regarding plastic pollution for decades. The idea derived here is comparison before and during the COVID-19 effect to plastic pollution. How does COVID-19 worsen the plastic pollution crisis? According to a research done by Benson, the plastic waste that are being produced globally since the outbreak is approximately 1.6 million tons per day. This is due to the single-use plastic that is going through the roof as the number of takeout and online deliveries has been increased. Not only that, the recycling systems all around the world are also facing a breakdown due to the COVID-19 budget strains. The increase of plastic waste during the pandemic is also caused by behavior change of people, as they are advised not to reuse their personal protective equipment, which imply tons of plastic medical waste that are being generated daily. Did you know that less than 50% of the plastic waste are collected for recycling? So what about the rest of the plastics? Vast majority of the plastic waste is accumulating in landfills as rubbish. Much of it will end up in the ocean as plastic is often blown away and enter the rivers, drains and sea before even arriving at the landfills. Furthermore, some countries even incinerate the plastic waste for energy rather than recycle it. Countries like USA even export plastic waste to other countries such as India and Thailand without proper waste management. Then they turn around and blame them for the pollution. Next, what is the effect of plastic pollution to terrestrial ecosystem? When plastic is dumped in landfills, the chlorinated plastic can release harmful chemicals into the soil, which will then seep into groundwater. Normally, when the plastic particles break down, they gain new chemical properties which will have a more toxic effect onto organisms that consume it. For instance, phtalates and BPA that leach out from plastic particles are known to disrupt the hormonal systems of the animals, causing inflammation, traverse cellular barriers and changing gene expressions. To add insult to injury, the marine life has no better life as compared to the terrestrial ecosystem. Plastics has causing the ingestion, suffocation, and entanglement of hundreds marine species in the water. Marine wildlife animals like seabirds, whales, fishes, and turtles mistake plastic waste for prey. Once they have consumed the plastic, it loaded up their stomach, blocked, damaged their intestinal system, causing them to starve and eventually die. A study done stated that film-like plastics cause most deaths in sea turtles, while hard plastic pieces cause the most deaths in seabirds. Due to the severe effects of plastic pollution to marine ecosystem, it can cause negative impacts on human health as well. But how, you ask? Whenever we eat seafood that are contaminated with plastic, the toxins from plastics enter the food chain, threatening human health. Scientists have found microplastics in 114 marine species, and almost one-third of these end up on our plates. Microplastics can interfere the brain development of children. The previously mentioned BPA is also an endocrine disruptor, whereas it regulates a number of essential body functions including metabolism, digestion, heart rate, and fertility. The plastic pollution can even bring a negative impact to our environment as it makes our cities look unclean. It is an unsightly litter along our streets, making our city look ugly and affecting its aesthetic value of tourist destination, thus leading to decreased tourism related incomes and increase the economic cost on cleaning and maintenance. Not only that, but these plastic bags can even get caught by the storm water drains and end up clogging the water drainage channels and sewers. In Bangladesh, India, even developed cities like the USA, plastic bags are still to be blamed for clogging storm drains and causing floods to occur. Now, we have talked a lot about the effects of plastic after they are produced. Why don't we discuss a little bit about the effects during the production of plastics? Production of plastic bags can contribute to climate change. This is because most of the plastics are made of polypropylene, which is a non-renewable fossil fuel-based material. The extraction and producing process creates more greenhouse gases, which contribute to the global climate change as well. Furthermore, a lot of energy is used while producing these plastic bags. For example, to produce 9 plastic bags, it needs energy that is equivalent to driving a car for 1 kilometer, which is insane since we only use plastic bags on an average of 12 minutes, while it takes hundreds of years to decompose it. There are many ways that can be implemented to overcome plastic pollution. However, the most important thing we need to understand and to be clear about when discussing the efforts on reducing plastic pollution is our own preparation. Are we ready for the change? Plastics have been one of the most important aspects in our daily life without us even realizing it. According to Andrade and Neil, plastics act as a facilitator to clean drinking water supplies and enable medical devices ranging through surgical equipment. Furthermore, they even provide packaging that reduces food waste, such as when we use it to modify the atmosphere packaging to prolong the life of meat and vegetables. Moreover, plastic bags also ease our daily life. Not to forget the fact that plastics are one of the materials used for the prevention of COVID-19 transmission, as all the face masks, gloves, PPE are part of it. Stop talking about organizing campaign, the banning of plastic bags, and promoting 3R. Instead, apply it. What we should do is to begin the changes from ourselves, our daily life. Start changing yourself if you want to change the life around you. You want to reduce the plastic pollution in this world? Start it from home. If you cannot even make sure that your home does not face plastic pollution or even producing plastic waste, what can you do to reduce the plastic pollution around the globe? There are a lot of simple actions that we can do to change for the better. We can cook from raw materials to reduce food waste and packaging, buy loose leaf trees instead of tea bags, prepare our own meals from home by using reusable meal prep containers, etc. We can even organize a challenge among our family members where every time we went out to buy something, we must not use plastic bags. Instead, we bring our own reusable grocery bags. Remember, when you are trying to make a change in yourself, you will look different from everyone else. You will seem weird in the eyes of everyone. So, be mentally prepared about it. There is no need for you to feel awkward when you are trying to save the world from pollution. Thank you. Whew. Finally done with the video. Hey, what? KFC? Oh, okay.